Hi guys, my name is Meads. This is going to be a review for Figma. This is one of the special ones, number 71. And we have Asato Miyo. Now this one is quite special because this kind of goes along with Little Armory. Now for those who are not familiar with Little Armory is they come up with this idea that they'll make a 1/12 scale weapon kits. So basically with the first one they have, the M4A1, you get to build a rifle, which shown here. I did a review on this one, and there's a lot of parts to it, and depending on which one you want, probably pick one, and you may have to use some hobby cement to firmly place it on, because some parts, even with just friction, it's not going to hold in place, and even you can see a silhouette here of a hobby cement. Definitely might need some tweezers, hobby knife, and some pliers. So this is a kit that you have to build. This is the very first one they have, and they have this awesome girl here portraying with a weapon, and that's Asato Miyo. Now it seems like Figma has created the character for that, and that is great. And they kind of partnered along. You can kind of see some of the promotional pictures where Little Armory is showing that this works for Figma, and there are hands that you can buy. It's like a blister pack that works well with the Figmas. So that's that. So yeah, I'm quite excited for this. So there's quite a bit of accessories here, and I believe those accessories are not kits. They are already built for us as a figure. Here we go. And inside seems like we're gonna have quite a bit of what do you call this? Targets. Most likely they're just cardstock that you can fold, and there might be seeing some certain other things here. Maybe it's just kind of like a paper craft that you can fold and put together. Yeah, quite interesting. Now this thing on the bottom, these are Little Armories, kind of like a. They have different sets, and they have kind of like an armory. I believe this is like in set A, B, and C, which each are sold separately. And on top of that, you can put all your Little Armory weapon sets that you've built into that. It's like a weapon rack, and that looks great. I've been buying them. Unfortunately, just didn't have time to build them, but I like the idea. That's why I'm getting them. But here we go. So I'm not sure if we have to build the weapon here for her, but it is a possibility that we might be. I haven't opened this up yet, but I just want to give my spiel on it from the beginning. I got this through Amiami, and I believe this is still readily available, even though it says it's a special. I don't think it's the exclusive limited ones that you only get through Good Smile or through like Wonderfest and stuff like that. But she is readily available. Anyways, let's take a look inside. Alright, so inside we have to build this. So we have runners here. One for the rifle. It comes in black. Another one in this shade of brownish green. It's that kind of foliage. So with the laser sights, you have the night vision goggles here, and the scope for the rifle. Yep, it's a little different, but yeah, it's nice that it comes in a different color, because the first one, the kit that I showed you earlier on, it's all in black. Also, you have the instructions here, fairly straightforward. There we go. You have different options here if you want to extended stock or you want the short stock. The ammo clip, scope, if you want the handle, the night vision. Yep. So it's actually really fairly straightforward. It's that you gotta. It's just small pieces. So definitely, we've seen here, glue for the plastic mold kit, utility knife. I will go with a hobby knife. Tweezers, diagonal pliers. Yep. The other side is just in Japanese, so it's good that they have it in both. Other than that, they also have this nifty pamphlet from the little Armory. I'm actually glad that they provided this. This is kind of like a little brochure here for the different stuff. And again, they kind of mention the things you need. I actually have these two Mr. Cement. One is fast drying. They work well. And it seems like there's more stuff here, like a weathering or maybe some kind of a thing to coat. So that's actually quite nice. And on the back side here, kind of tells us that this works with Figma, little frame arms girl, and Assault Lily. I believe I'll be trying out this particular figure line. I think there's one coming out. So yeah, I actually bought this set here with acrylic stand. I will review that eventually. But yeah, a lot of possibilities. And also inside here you get your checklist if you want to collect them all. And actually it's kind of interesting, they give you the level. Some are easier to build, like the pistol here. It's basic, that's that. And some are harder, like this one here. There's probably a lot of small pieces that needs to be glued together. Yep. And they even have motorcycles in this. Interesting. And this is the blister packs for the tactical glove. What you have here? So it comes in different colors as we've seen in the brochure. One of which is green. This works with either version of Figma, even if you have the old style, because they give you this pegs here for the wrist, and for the new ones, which you already have. So either way, it will work. Quite nice. And I think there's more. So we have the variety of hands here. One of which, this is to hold the radio. But it's nice that we have quite a bit of that. And yeah, I think that's it for now. Alright, so let's take a look at Asato. Alright, so we have the Figma stand here. Comes standard with all Figmas. And we have Miyo here. Asato is the last name, or yeah. Usually when you have the Japanese name, the last name goes first. And so we have Miyo. Nicely detailed. I really like her. She's quite nice. Actually, let me readjust my settings here. Alright, there we go. A little bit better. Yeah, no. Quite nice. There's different colors in here. You got the purple hair, you get the blue ribbon, you get the gray for her outfit, or her school dress. Lighter shade of gray for the skirt. You got the beige here for the gloves. You have the green for her accessory, or the pouches. And there's a lot. Then you have this kind of like gray shoes. Quite nice. And you can see her panties, obviously. This is a really nicely detailed figure. I like it. Now, just looking at this, I'll start with the head here. You have this kind of like a microphone. It just lays down. I don't think we can adjust this, but it is flexible. Move her neck side to side. Quite nice. There is an alternate face, which we have here. Barely noticeable on the difference. Basically, the mouth here, it's a little open than this one here. She has that kind of like a surprise look. That reminds me of the frame arms girl. The very subtle changes. I believe, trying to see how we're opening this. It should be just in the front. There we go. Alright, so pop this in. There we go, and I put the hair all back. Alright, well, get that there correctly. Alright, so there we go. Now the shoulder, we have this bolt joint to the torso. It's your typical bolt joint. I kind of wish they've added kind of like a sleeve, because it's quite hollow in there. Yeah. But, oh, okay. So it's one of those telescoping shoulder. And that's actually nice. So I guess we can kind of push that in, but it only goes not much difference. Well, that will hide the gaps. Then you get your elbows. Not too bad, but you know, from afar you can clearly see the joints there. Then you get your hands. It's a nice touch. They've actually used the flush tone wrist joint. They could have just easily used the gray piece as well as there, but that's a bit more natural to have that flesh. Seems like we have a holster here for the pistol. This one is already pre-cut for you. Has some nice details to it. And I will just holster it here, like so. There we go. Otherwise, the other parts here, we could probably add more ammo clips. Unfortunately, this is way too, or the way it's angled, it's too close to her. I don't think we can sneak anything in there, but it is hollow. But this side here, we can probably put more. Well, it's kind of interesting. Well, we'll see how that goes. Maybe I can sneak a few of the magazines there. Anyways, moving on, you have your waist area. You can pop this off because there is actually an alternate skirt here where this one is slightly raised up. This is for the action poses. See how this thing goes. So there's another ball joint here. There we go. Just swap that out. So there we go. And place this back. Now it's interesting that they use clear joints there. I'm not too fond of clear joints. Mainly for the reason that it might break easily, but you know, so far the clear joints that I've seen in Figma, they're fairly good. And I think they're going with the clear, that way the paint won't rub off or anything of that sort. Just my hunch. Alright, so try to get this thing here, but this one is not clear. And well, the joint going to her leg, don't want that to be clear anyway. So yeah, this is actually quite nice. Then you get your leg here, and with that the skirt being a little higher, there we go, quite nice. Well, depending on how you get that discontinuity with the butt, but you can get in certain poses that's a bit more natural. Then you get your knee bend there, single joint. Then you have your ankle bend. There's seems to be in two parts, which is good, kind of hides the joint there, but that allows for a little bit of flexibility. But it's kind of odd. It feels like there's a break on the shoe. And you have a toe joint as well. Yep. So it's nicely done. Alright, so let me attempt to put some of the magazines in there. Alright, so I did try to attempt to put the clips there. You have two different sizes of clips. One for your pistol, one for your rifle. And it's kind of hard to get in there, to be honest. And you can actually put all three as the instructions tells us, but you know, get it in there is a challenge of its own. I mean, you get a little bit of flexibility on each one. There we go. And you just gotta sneak in this clip here. And instructions is right here telling us to do that. I'm not sure if you want to put the pistol like that. It's just weird. And I've been noticing this lately, that the best way to have the pistol is to do a cross draw. Basically, you want it like this. And you draw it from your other hand, which makes more sense. I kind of wish they did it on this, or they should have just put this onto her leg or something like that. That way when she's kneeling down, she can just grab it, you know, like that or something. Yeah, definitely would have been better. I'm also having a little problem with this. Seems like it pops off quite easily. Just having that bolt or peg connection or ball joint connection there not being used. So again, this is the separate one. The other one I believe holds quite better. Well, regardless, we'll take that out. It's a lot easier to put this on without that skirt. And likewise, we're just gonna stick this in here. Now, but what's in the box, we got 4 of this rifle magazines. The other one will be part of the kit. But you have 5 of this little magazine here for the pistol. Really small, but there we go. Quite nice. So I have an extra one here, but I don't have the magazine to make it fit there. But you can fully load her up, the magazine clips. And there you go. I think for her pose, and you just have to play around with the joint here. It's gonna be something like this, where, yep. Alright, so that's that. Now let's try to put on the radio. Alright, so for the radio, we're gonna pop the hand here. Unfortunately, put there. I was trying to get it off from this side here. And as always, the shorter end is where the hand. We'll use this one here. Put this here. There we go. And get the radio here. There's a peg connection, which is great. And there we go. Well, this is one of those that you gotta talk to it. And I just dropped another clip. Yeah, I find that this kind of just slides quite easily, but there you go. It's quite nice. Other than that, let's try to put on the rifle. It's gonna be interesting since it is a kit. Now, looking through here, we'll probably use this trigger finger hand. And they give you other options for other weapons. Most likely we'll probably use this one as kind of like the support for the left hand right here. Likewise, we'll pop this out. There is a spare wrist joint just in case. But otherwise, like the tactical glove that I showed you, those are great for this as well. And there is that different colored gloves. Alright, so that's that. Now let's take a look at the little Armory rifle. Actually, I forgot about this accessory, but she does come with a bag. Seems like there's a scissor right there, a flashlight right here on the right, and I'm not sure what that is right there on the left. There is a little opening there. It's actually hollow, but you cannot open it other than there's a bit of flex on the handles. But we can definitely just put it here. It's probably where she stashed more of the stuff, accessories and whatnot. But I just want to cover this. It's a nifty handbag. Alright, so this is a little Armory rifle, and I'm gonna cheat here for a little bit because from what we've seen on the runners, the scope should be in a different color. So this is the original kit, and I already assembled it, and I figured, well, here it is. This one, I didn't super glue parts in place. Basically, I put a little bit of blue tack. That way I can swap each other. So unfortunately, if you want to have a different variations, you may have to buy multiple of this kit and, you know, super glued in place. That way everything holds together. Even this part here, just held by a little bit of a blue tack right there. The blue tack works for the most part, but it's gonna be one of those just really a little harder to work with. Even this part here, I blue tack, pretty much blue tack everything. But it holds quite nicely once you have everything together. Now for the magazine, I think there's only one with a peg. The other, it does come with another one here. which is going to be your 5th magazine. You also have this little handle here, which goes underneath the front side of the barrel. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go attempt to put this on the hand. Hopefully it doesn't break, but even the handle here can be separated. Alright, we have Miyo here. So what I'm gonna do is remove the non-essentials and place it on here. Kind of just put it on. Hopefully that works. Alright, there we go. Oh, I actually forgot to show the pistol. Maybe I should do that first. It should be all the same and really easy to put on. Yeah. There we go. Get the pistol. Quite nice. Let's put it back here. Again, I kind of like it this way. It makes more sense having the handle like that. Alright, so here we go. Put this first. Oops. Yes. So again, if you're attempting to do this, make sure you super glue everything. Or use hobby cement, I meant. Stock, I'll probably just do the short piece right here. There we go. Get the scope. And I think I dropped the the laser scope. Alright, so it took me a little while to work around with it because I'm using blue tack. It's not solid. Highly recommend just do what the instruction says and use hobby cement. I have both here. One is quick dry. It'll make your life easier, but for me, I like being able to interchange. But really what you want to do is just buy another kit and just have a different options or accessories for that other rifle. They're actually relatively cheap. They're about 600 to 800 yen, roughly about $10 a kit. So it's actually not bad having a cool weapon for your figures. So here we go. It works quite well. Really nice. Now also, it comes with this night vision goggles here, or it could be infrared. Now there is really no good connection point. I kind of wish they give us a separate hair with this attachment, but there's none, and I don't think it's even an instruction for us to use this. Just kind of like an add-on gimmick if you want to use it. Simple, add a blue tack. Blue tack is a quick way to kind of see what it looks like. It's not a permanent there yet, but there we go. More or less, you can see something like this. Kind of hard to see it since everything is blacked out, but that's pretty much what it'll be. Anyways, I think that's pretty much it for this review. Hopefully this kind of gives you an idea what to expect out of Asato Mio. It's a really nice figure. I highly recommend getting it. Now, before I forgot, there was some target signs that I forgot to mention. Probably still in the box. Alright, so I was right. It's actually the backing inside the box. And here we go. So we got 3 targets of kind of like a humanoid shape one. That one has a smiley face right there. And you have this kind of like just the body. Some instructions here. Some of them actually tells you to use a push pin to put it right there, or even fold it. Some kind of circular part here as well. I think that will probably help you. Yeah. Oh, it's for this one here. Huh. Interesting. But yeah, am I going to cut this out? Probably not. But they do give us that option, and it's not even pre-cut for us, so definitely gonna use some kind of a scissor and hobby knife to cut out those target. But for me, I really don't like messing around with the box. I'll probably get some other target practice for her. But yeah, that's that. Anyways, that's about it for this review. Hope you guys like it. If you got questions, let me know. So until then, this is Meads. Thanks for watching.